Every time the man transfers money to the woman, he would label it as non-voluntary gift, so that he could recover it all in case of a divorce. He thought the woman didn't understand the law, but little did he know, the woman used to be a lawyer. Now she willingly gave up her career to become a housewife. One day, the woman was live streaming at home, planning to earn money by offering legal advice. To her surprise, the first person to join the stream was the man. The man, holding his mistress, began to slander his wife. He claimed that he was deceived into marriage by his wife and publicized his wife's shortcomings in the live broadcast room. Only at that moment did the woman realize the man who always pretended to love her was just acting. Never in her wildest dreams did she expect. In the man's eyes, she had become lazy and good for nothing. The woman, holding back her anger, asked what the man's demands were. The man stated that he didn't want his money to fall into his wife's hands. He even wanted to hire her as his divorce lawyer, so that his wife would leave with nothing. After the man ended the live stream, the mistress thought the lawyer's voice sounded very similar to his wife. The man said his wife was just an incompetent housewife, and that he would soon divorce her. When he got home that evening, the man gave the gifts from the live stream to the woman, saying that it was a wedding anniversary gift. The woman glanced at them and confirmed that the person on the live stream today was indeed the man. She recalled the gifts the man had given her before, which she guessed were just cheap trinkets. Even the money he sent her was labeled as a non-voluntary gift. The man even tried to act as if he were a caring husband, saying he would cook for her. The woman casually went along with it. Unexpectedly, after the man left, phone suddenly rang. When the woman checked, it was a message from the mistress. She immediately understood why the man wanted her to leave with nothing. When the man returned, he found the woman looking at his phone. In a panic, he snatched the phone away. He asked if she saw anything. The woman replied that she hadn't. The guilty man pretended to answer a call and made an excuse to leave. The woman, not wanting to alert him, pretended to cooperate. She feigned cooperation with him. One day, while working, the woman received a message. Her friend sent her pictures of the man having fun at a bar. Angry, the woman went to the bar, hoping to catch evidence of the man's infidelity. To her surprise, she overheard the man talking with someone else. It turned out that the man had always been pretending to be the loving husband, all to prevent the woman from taking his assets. The woman, seeing all this, sneered to herself. She sent the man a message under the guise of a lawyer, saying she would take on his divorce case. She gathered information to use against him during the trial and continued collecting evidence of the man's cheating. Meanwhile, the man had no idea the lawyer he hired was his wife. He even sent messages trying to get rid of her and happily sent her the payment for the hire. The woman couldn't help but laugh to herself. Then the man, even more arrogant, brought his mistress home, saying she was his secretary and that she needed to live at his house for work. The woman simply replied that she understood. The man thought the woman was just pretending not to care, but in reality, he was sure she loved him deeply. At home, the man even treated the woman like air, intentionally acting intimately in front of her. The confident man handed the divorce lawsuit to the woman, saying he had filed first and telling her not to beg him, not to leave. The man said the woman would never win the case, not knowing that it was all part of the woman's plan. One day, the woman returned to the law firm to meet a friend. To her surprise, the man was also there looking for a lawyer. He rushed over to interrupt their conversation and said it would be useless even if the woman hired a lawyer. In front of the woman's friend, the man said that if it weren't for him, his wife would have starved to death by now. The friend, upon hearing this, was furious. She wanted to tell him that the woman was a capable lawyer, but was stopped by the woman. The woman didn't want to reveal her identity. The man, however, tried to use money to make the woman drop the case. The woman laughed at the man's foolishness. She casually threw the bank card back at him and told him to get lost. The man immediately became angry and warned the woman not to regret it. After the man left, the friend comforted the woman and handed her the woman's old lawyer clothes, welcoming her back to being a lawyer. The woman smiled, feeling that her future was full of hope. At the trial, the man thought he had already won. He mocked the woman for actually daring not to hire a lawyer and said his lawyer would arrive soon, not knowing that the woman sitting across from him was his lawyer. As the trial was about to start, the man anxiously sent a message to his lawyer, asking if she had arrived yet. The anxious man immediately called the lawyer. To his surprise, the person who picked up was his wife. The man was completely stunned. The woman smiled at the man and said, "The divorce case has already started, and it's too late now." The man frantically opened his case files, only to find that the file was full of pictures of his infidelity. That's when he realized he had been completely played by the woman. The man was instantly filled with rage and humiliation. The woman chuckled softly, and then began to present all the harm she had endured to the judge.